Hello, welcome to 0 to 60 Motoring once again. My name is Bill, and today I'm reviewing this Nissan X-Trail T32 series. These are 2015 model. So what is exactly is the Nissan X-Trail T32 series? So Nissan X-Trail is a crossover that competes with cars like the Mitsubishi Outlander, the Subaru Forester, the Toyota RAV4, the Honda CR-V. I could say there are around 17 cars in this segment, including the recent I could say the best seller, the Mazda CX-5. So the Nissan X-Trail, this is the third generation. We had the first generation, which was the T30 series, followed by the T31 series, and this one, which is the T32 series. So the T32 series is a different makeover compared to the predecessors, especially on the body styling. As you can see, it's a different package compared to what the predecessors normally came in. So welcome to this video. So either you learn more about this Nissan X-Trail T32 series. So let's talk about the powertrain and the drivetrain of this Nissan X-Trail T32 series. Yeah, so the Nissan X-Trail T32 series is offered with 3 engines basically, but this is the most common. It's a 2000cc naturally aspirated petrol engine, which is paired with a continuous variable transmission, commonly abbreviated as a CVT transmission. For starters, CVT means that a gearbox doesn't have a definite number of gears. Actually, it's a gazillion number of gears, I could say that. The outputs are rated at 145 horsepower and 200 Newton meters of torque for this 2-liter version. Other engine options include a 1.6 liter turbocharged petrol engine, that is diesel engine. That is if you're getting your car from mostly that is an engine that is common in the European region. From Japan, there is also a rare 2.5 liter petrol, but it's also naturally aspirated engine. So these are 2 liter with a CVT combination is actually one of the most fuel efficient cars you can find in this segment, because that combination alone should be giving you 12 to 14 kilometers to the liter, depending on your driving style. But if you are into performance, the CVT transmission is not one of the best because it's somewhat delicate, and with 145 HP, 200 Newton meters of torque, I don't think you are going to get decent performance in that case. So should you need some emergency, the 2.5 liter or the 1.6 turbo, they are the best bets. So welcome to the interior of this Nissan X-Trail T32 series, and as you can see, it maintains a minimalist design. Now, Nissan cars have been on the receiving end, especially on how their dashboard material used to be like, because in cars like the Nissan Tiana, the Nissan Bluebird, and the T31, T32 series T31 and T30 series X-Trail, the dashboard was made of materials which could peel off easily. Actually, that is why in most cars you normally have a problem with that. But in this generation, at least Nissan have tried to make it a little bit strong, I could say that. Yeah, it could hold on for quite some time. Now in this trim level, this Nissan X-Trail actually is a 4-wheel drive. Basically that means the engine sends power to all the 4 corners of the car. So due to that, we have this button down here which allows you to switch all mode 4x4, 2-wheel drive, auto, lock, off and on. Basically you're going to use those settings, especially when you're going off-road. I've never understood if a Nissan X-Trail is a good off-roader, but then this setting and that ability can give you a little bit edge over someone in a 2-wheel drive crossover. Yeah. On the display of this car, we have this is an 8-inch infotainment screen, which actually, let me see. Yeah, this is an this 8-inch. It is an infotainment screen here. You have auxiliary port here. You can listen to your music from your phone using this port. I don't think it comes with a Bluetooth. Yeah, so the only way you can connect your phone to this infotainment is via the auxiliary port. And it also serves as a reverse camera. You can once you pop the car into reverse, you can be able to see the action here on the screen so that you don't scratch your backside of the car. And on the center console here, we have these two settings. These are the you have heated seats in this car, basically for the passenger and the driver on this side, to give your backside some good feeling. This steering wheel is a telescopic. It's adjustable. You can pull it to your level. Yeah, you can pull it to your level. You can push it up and downward to the best level where you find your driving position. Yeah, it's a push to start car. Using yeah, it's a push to start car. You use that button to start. You don't need the manual keys. And then on this side we have these buttons. This is the eco mode. Eco mode basically is a button you're using to improve your gas mileage, especially when you are in traffic. You don't need your car to consume that much, though it's not the best for performance, especially on the highway, but you can use it, especially these times when fuel prices are on the rise. On here we have this button, which is the traction control button, to give your car some extra grip when you feel like your car is sliding on the road. Yeah, I think that is all about the features in this car. What I find which is somewhat a downside in this car, especially considering the competitors and the price point of this car, is you don't have a cruise control button on this. You don't have the cruise control settings, and then the buttons here are somewhat limiting, so you may be stretching your hand to this side to adjust the volume of your music. So I could say at this price point, at least Nissan could have done somewhat better. Yeah, nothing much you can say about this car in this interior, but I could say it's somewhat improved from the predecessor. Matter storage and practicality for the driver and the co-driver. The legroom is pretty decent. The headroom, I don't have a problem with it. Yeah, the seats are leather, but manual adjusted, of course. But in the high stream level, you find them as electric. Yeah, so that's all I think about the cabin styling, especially when you are on the driver's seat in this car. So let's talk about spacing on this rear seat of this Nissan X-Trail. I could say Nissan did an absolute decent job matters practicality, especially on spacing, because maintaining the same driving position, you can see have some decent knee room, and the headroom is also pretty decent. On this middle seat, the person traveling here will not complain that much, though it's not as comfortable as the other two seats, but it's pretty comfortable, especially compared to a car like the Mazda CX-5 I've reviewed in the past. The center seat in this car is more accommodative, I could say that. Yeah, matters as cabin spacing and practicality in this car, Nissan did an absolute good job. So let's talk about the boot space of this Nissan X-Trail 32 series. This is the amount of cargo room you have in this trunk. So when you're in the market for a crossover, most probably you're looking for something that is accommodative and will hold your bags. So I could say this boot space is somewhat accommodative, bearing in mind this is a 5-seater. In the 7-seat option, where you have a third row seat, that third row eats into the trunk space of the car, so you won't have that much room. But in this trim, you have some decent room. And in case this boot space is not enough, you can use this. You can adjust it that way and get more room. You can use this boot organizer. You place it up here. It's either you get more room in this on this floor. So underneath this boot, you have a donut spare wheel. These days, actually, most of the cars don't come with a spare wheel. What you are getting is a repair kit, but for Nissan, they are at least that generous because they are giving you a spare wheel. So that is a plus for this car. Yeah, so if you're in the market for a crossover that is fuel efficient and I could say somewhat accommodative matter space, the Nissan X-Trail is the best bet for you, because with a 2-liter and a CVT combo, you're going to get the most fuel efficient, you're going to get decent fuel figures. Because this is a 5-seater, you're going to also get some decent boot space, but if you're a family person and you need a third row seating, you can opt for the 7-seater option. Yeah, about the reliability of the 2-liter engine and the transmission, I could say the best way you can overcome the problems that normally come with overheating in the transmission is by installing a CVT cooler. That way you can have a pretty simple life with your Nissan X-Trail 332 series. I think that's all you need to know about this car. In case you have questions about this car and other cars in the segment, you can send a private message or make a call. I'll be glad to respond to them. So until next time, guys, bye.